Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into Ticket Weeknights. This is Striking Up a Conversation. Got a couple of Husker bowlers in here. Anna Callan, Kayla Verstraete, both of the Husker bowling program. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. You can put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, X, Allo Channel 961 if you got Allo Cable. And, of course, you can catch the podcast. Go to ticketfm.com or wherever you get your podcast. Just search up 93.7 The Ticket, KNTK, and you'll see all of our starts pop up for you. With that being said, we'll bring in the host, Kayla Verstraete, Anna Callan. How's it going on Tuesday night?
It's election day.
I mean, I'm pretty good.
I'm good.
I can't complain.
Just had to throw that out there.
It is election day. No, you can say that.
I just looked at the clock and I was like, how's it already 10 o'clock? But you haven't changed it yet.
No,
yeah, I'm
we had
surprised.
fall
I wonder if that's been noticed yet today because I don't keep an eye on that. Yeah, that'll throw it off. It's a good reminder. We'll need to change that clock.
It's not 10 o'clock.
But how have you guys been dealing with the time change? It's been throwing me off like crazy.
I've been great.
Why?
I don't know.
I
think I mean, for me, when you fall backwards, I feel like I got more sleep. So now I feel like I'm back on schedule.
It's true. You do get more sleep. But I keep going to bed like, oh, man, it's getting late. And then I realize
it's not.
I haven't changed my alarm clock yet either. So there's a few clocks I need to change. But yeah, it always takes me a while, like at least a week before I feel normal.
It's when it gets dark sooner. Like when we have practice till 5 and it gets like dark at like 5:30, I'm like, we just left practice. How is it already getting dark?
I like it. I'm like a is it nocturnal?
Nocturnal.
Whatever. Yeah, animal. So I thrive.
So yeah.
I deal with the cold at this point here with the darkness.
I don't like it.
It's like a double whammy, and then all the rain.
Yeah, that was freezing.
Weird.
That was cold. Very cold.
Yeah. I showed up to our SAC meeting last night. I was like drenched from running in the rain. And I was like, well, bad day to bring my umbrella.
Yeah. I don't even think I own one.
It's not very adult-like of you.
Hey, I don't even have a snow brush in my car yet.
You might
That's
need
an
one.
essential. Nothing worse than not having an ice scraper, and you got to be somewhere.
Well, I almost bought one. I was home last, and then I'm like, it's only October. I'm like, I'll look a little weird. I'll wait till Thanksgiving to get one.
No, you're
Why
not
would that
going to
look
look
weird in October?
I don't know.
It could snow in October. You don't
I didn't
know.
want anyone to look at me weird, so I was like, I'll wait. I'll just wait a minute. That's okay.
That is a unique concern. Someone's going to look at you weird for buying an ice scraper.
It's looking,
in October.
being prepared, and then looking stupid. I think being prepared.
But
is
winter's right around the corner. If you're getting in July, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just felt like I was like, I don't want people looking at me weird. So then I was just, I'll wait.
But definitely get one. Do you not have a garage?
No, well, I park in the garage when I'm here, but at home, no. My car's not the important car.
How does that get
It's
decided?
the pecking order, I feel like. Because
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I don't get to park in the garage when I'm home.
Yeah, my mom just got a brand new car. Good for her. So that one's first place. And then it would be dad's car because dad needs his car. And then me, I'm the youngest. So I'm definitely not there first.
That makes sense. We just had the nicest car. Whoever had the nicest car, that was worth a much. And I got the garage. It's hard to
That's
argue with it.
true.
That'd be my mother.
That would be my mom.
Yep.
She knows what kind of car my mom drives.
My mom just got a brand new one, like 2025.
Period.
So good for mama.
Okay. We're
Anyway,
just, like, totally off topic.
yeah. No, I'll tell you Tuesday's good. I mean, we didn't have practice today. But I still went there because I used it as my time to focus in on my studies because I have an exam tomorrow since we travel this weekend. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Super
I'm excited.
When do you
Yes.
take off?
Thursday.
morning at 4:30 a.m.
I'm taking that as a win. So
It could be worse.
What's the
yes.
worst travel time you guys ever had to leave for? Like to catch a plane or to get in a bus even?
Honestly, I think Youngstown for me was probably the worst this year, and it might be the worst all year because I woke up at 1:30 to get ready for the morning
Yeah,
because I'm
'cause
slow.
we left at 2:30
Mm-hmm.
because we had a 5 a.m. flight.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that was rough. It's like you don't even go to sleep; you just take a nap.
Yep.
So you just try to sleep on the bus, plane, or what's the move?
Yeah,
You
whenever you
suffer.
can. Airport floors.
That did happen.
That did happen for a lot of us.
Not me. I held strong. I slept on the plane,
Yeah.
but I don't sleep very well on planes because I constantly hear my ears pop. So, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh, I worked today.
way
For
to
like
be
6.5 hours, so
slay.
did not practice.
What do you do for work?
I work at the front desk at East Campus.
Me too.
So does Anna.
What does that look like?
Uh,
Is it like secretary work? No, not even trying to be rude.
Nah. I mean, we sit there and sit there, and if someone comes up to talk to us, we answer their question, and then we sit there some more.
we answer the phone when it rings.
So
Yeah.
it's just like secretary work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give you a little bit of wage in the meantime.
Yeah.
that's about it.
I mean, I sat and I smashed a book in less than a day because of So like, I mean, you just kind of find things to do like homework,
Netflix.
Netflix.
I've been busting out some Netflix shows.
or you yap a lot.
Oh
which
yeah,
is fun to do.
you start to get to know your coworkers better, and then they become really good friends. And yeah,
Unless you're working the bowling alley, then I'm like, have I seen this person before?
because we also work the bowling alley as
Mhm.
well.
Our practice facility, if you guys wanted to know.
Because like students can come and bowl there for free,
Yes.
and then other people can pay to bowl there. So
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
Is
gotta
that pretty busy? That bowling alley? I feel like I never.
Yes and no.
Never used it.
It's like
I
we're,
would say, yeah.
we're really busy, or like no one comes.
It's like
in.
if there was a cricket in the building, you would hear it.
Yeah.
But no, like Friday night, I worked the bowling alley and I had 5 lanes in use until like going until like 11:50 and we close at midnight. So I had to tell people like, oh, I'm sorry, like, because we have to close at midnight. The whole
Right.
building does. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, but like you can't finish your game, but I'll let you throw a few more frames. But yeah, it's insane. Like some nights we're extremely busy, and especially in the colder months too, you used to see a lot more foot traffic. I would say in the beginning when we started working there, no, like almost every day of the week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you'd be yes. That's merely because we close earlier.
Yeah, we close at 10:30.
Yeah, what are some of the jobs you guys have had in the past?
Me?
Yeah, no, let's just go down that rabbit hole.
I worked at I've been working at the same company, but 2 different grocery stores within it. Since I was 15. So I got my first job at 15. I was bagging groceries, and then when I turned 16, I was allowed to cashier, and then at 18, I became a GSR in the big company. It's
So
Festival
you stuck with
Foods.
them for a while.
Oh yeah, I'm still with them at home as
Oh,
of right
really?
now. Yep. Merely because they are really good. They're really flexible. It's kind of like a Hy-Vee
Yeah, that makes sense.
back home. But we're a Wisconsin-based store. We don't have anything outside of Wisconsin. Yeah, I became a GSR, which is their guest service representative. So I'm helping run the floor for my boss, basically. And then, yeah, so I'm helping my boss run the floor. And then when she's gone, I'm basically the boss man with the shift manager who runs the whole store for our store manager. So, yeah.
Mine's not that cool. This is like my first like as like someone would call big girl job, like to file taxes. Like I worked with my parents growing up, but like I don't go home very often. I have my apartment here. Like I rather be here practicing with coach and getting that work in than going back home working and all that other stuff. So my parents are like, we'll help you financially if you keep your grades up, you're bowling well, X, Y, and Z. So
That
Yeah.
part makes sense though.
yeah. Like telling people like, oh, I've never had a full-time job is like bowling's really our full-time job. Like
Yes.
we get paid more than people make at a full-time job
Well, you
through
make
our
a scholarship.
through our scholarships.
Like
Like
that alone
yeah.
makes it
So
worth it.
technically this is our full-time job and some people don't like really get that, but
Yeah. I mean, my sophomore year, I have a gap in between the times I worked for this place because my sophomore year, I did not work at all when I was home because I really put bowling on the front burner so I could focus more on it because I was on junior team at the time. I wanted to try and travel for them.
Mhm.
I also just came off of a surgery for my gallbladder. So I was really wanting to make sure I had that as my first priority. But then this summer, I couldn't bowl much because of coming off of my shoulder surgery. So I was like, let me just work 40 hours a week
mhm.
until I got that free time. And then I lessened up my hours the closer I got to coming back. But I just like the side money. Plus, it has me give me something to do when the bowling alleys are closed
Yeah.
in the afternoon, the mornings and afternoons.
Yeah, cuz like we can fit them into like me personally like all my classes are online. So I can just do my homework slash class when I'm at work before or after practice and get paid for it basically.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah.
the process like homework at this point for you guys trying to get through this? Like in the middle of sports and traveling, I'd imagine it
Do it when
kind
you
of becomes
can.
a pain. Yeah, like do you just pick days? You just bringing it everywhere you go? How do
I
you stay on
mean,
top of it? Because we talked about like the GPA average for the bowling team is phenomenal.
Mhm.
I think we took second as like a group, like as teams like stack up. It was I think cross country or track or whatever. Girl team won and then us. But
Yeah.
for me, my homework isn't extremely heavy. It's a lot of reading and like notes, but in reality, I keep up with it by just doing it when it's like on there. But yeah, no, I don't really have big homework assignments, and when I do, they're usually at the beginning of the week, so I get kind of luck out when it gets towards the end of the week, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, mine are very time consuming now that I'm in a master's program. It's very non-busy work. Like how undergrad is, like they're like, "Here, do this discussion board." No. Like this paper's taking me days to write. Not I can just sit down, do it in a few hours and it'd be done. Like why does this paper need to be 7 pages long and I'm going to write one next week about a different topic that's 7 pages also long. So,
sorry.
You good writer or no? Is that something where you gotta like
I don't
just get through the first page and then you're off to the races, or how does it go for you?
I think if I just write like the first paragraph, then I get in like a groove, but the first paragraph is always so freaking hard. I'm like, where do I want to take this? Like, how much information do I want to put in this first paragraph to like get this flowing?
Yeah, that part is the worst one
Yeah,
because
but
that first paragraph decides a lot of where you're going.
yeah, and we're very lucky to have tutors and writing consultants through the athletic department, so they're very useful when it comes to a lot of things like that. So
Do you guys procrastinate at all, or no? You guys are pretty on top of it. Yeah, with 7 pages.
well, I don't like procrastinate it, but I'm like, okay, I don't have to do it all today. If I start it,
I'm bad. I'm bad.
I won't wait till
I
the
still
day of
pass.
to do it.
I'm a great student, but I wait.
That's what's great. Most college kids are.
I can't help it. Like it for me, it's like if I like do it when way before it's due, I like kind of like slack on it in a way because it's like I don't have time, and then it's like oh well that
Then
sucked,
you
and then
go
it's
and
like if I
edit.
wait,
Yeah.
I'm actually better at it. Like I feel like I give it more focus in a way, so I don't do it on purpose or like it happens a lot more so on accident. Because also I'm like oh that is due in 2 days. I got to get out and yeah no, but
Yeah, it stresses me out. I can't do things like I had something due due on Saturday. I did it yesterday.
well yeah when we travel different story.
Different story
Different
when we
story.
travel. Like I don't want to say I refuse to do homework when we travel, but if I can get it done before we travel and be able to like
Mhm,
sleep and spend time with my parents when I can, like
mhm.
prioritize those things over kind of just staying up an extra hour here or there when we're
And
home
relates.
and doing my homework here, I will definitely do that.
Yeah, I'd rather do that than when we get back from hanging out with our parents at 10 o'clock, having to stay up till 10:45 or 11 to get an assignment done.
Mm-hmm.
I did that my freshman year, and I learned the hard way because I was exhausted the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Except I was in a harder major that year. I was in bio. Never again.
So what do you guys want to do in the work life outside of bowling?
Mm.
Because pro bowling, always phenomenal thing if you can make it to that. But do you guys like have other things that you've always enjoyed doing that you'd like to do in the later part?
Well, I got to intern at the police department last spring, and that really opened my eyes to a lot of things. I really wanted to be a cop, and that's really solidified things, like being able to do ride-alongs, and I was there for 5 months. I got to see the ins and outs of things. So, using my criminal justice degree that I got in May is probably going to be a good forward trajectory for me and everything. So that's where I want to go with things. So,
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like the human resources side of it. I have a family member that works for a Fortune 500 company, um, and she loves her job. I mean, you can make extremely good money in that department.
Mhm.
Not saying that's what's driving me. I'm more so like people because when I switched into business, I'm like, okay, what do I want to do? It was either sports management or human resources. And I like the people side of it. I like interactions. I like trying to help people. And that means in any business. And that also kind of helps, like, just when you're in the human resources, you also help improve places, like with, anything that they need, not just the people that they bring into. But yeah, that's more so what I'm leaning towards.
Law enforcement, how'd that come about?
I don't know. It was like I know a lot of people like come into college like changing their majors and everything. I came in as criminal justice and I stayed with it. I don't know, something when I was looking like at the catalog and everything for like majors at Nebraska, criminal justice stood out to me. And then I learned about like you can minor in things, and so I minored in national security. That was really cool. I got to do a lot of cool experiences with that. And then my parents wanted me to major in business because obviously they own their own businesses. And I was like, yeah, no, that's not for me. So I met them halfway and minored in it. So kind of just all over the board. It didn't like no one in my family is in law enforcement. Like my grandpa was in the army, but that's completely different.
Mhm.
But something just like clicked and I was like, criminal justice it is. And I fell in love with it and decided to do my internship with them and met some really great people. Like we were at the boo at the zoo volunteering and we were walking around and I literally saw two people that I met at my internship and they're like, Kayla, how are you doing? I was like, hey guys, like I'm going to have these relationships for the rest of my life. And I met some great people doing it.
You got any trepidation? Because I thought about law enforcement as well, but then I'm like, man, I mean, it's a really hard job, and there's a lot weighing on you that you got to make sure you do right.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not like they just hand you a gun and badge. Like you
Mhm.
go through a 22-week academy that's half a year long. Like you are learning the ins and outs of what not to do and what to do. And I got to be a part of some training scenarios that they put their recruits through, and it's nothing shy of what happens in real life. Like they have actors, like stunt people who got to like play the roles and they go in it like they are actually cops. And so they put them in almost real life situations to make them understand what they're going to see on the job. So that that's just what I was able to see on my internship really is solidified that I wanted to do that
Yeah.
after school.
I have a family friend that was a cop for almost 30 years,
Mhm.
and that was enough for me to not want to do it.
It's a hard job.
Yeah, I mean, he talked about a lot of things that he had to experience. Obviously, you can't say certain things because
Mhm.
of HIPAA and whatnot, but he would kind of tell us about certain things in our area because I do plan on moving back home, and I was just like, nah, I'm not. I'm okay. Like it's just that was not for me. But I give a lot of kudos to people that do it because the hours, the mental drainage that they go through to deal with stuff that they have to see on the job and experience on the job, and remarks that they probably get from people. There's obviously positives too, but the negatives with that job are definitely a lot more. Looking for a certain word, but they're a lot more to handle than other jobs.
Rigorous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's a lot more on there.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I tip my cap to anybody who's willing to do it because it's just the hours, the part where like there's just stuff you're gonna have to see, and then if you got a family, like obviously you're not gonna go home and dinner and talk about it that night. So kudos to anybody who's willing to do that because it's a lot to undertake. And like I said, I thought about it, but man, that'd be brutal. What'd you see on those ride-alongs? Clearly didn't change your mind at all.
It wasn't really the ride-alongs either. Like, there's some crazy stories I could tell, but I don't know if I can like tell them
we'll
to
keep
the.
it somewhat safe.
I can't tell them to the public. I probably can now. This was over 6 months ago, but
Yeah, as long as you're not dropping names and who it was.
it was more of like what I saw. Like, I got to like watch like interviews like after they happened, and like got to sit in that court and like see like the procedures of like how things happen. And it opened my eyes like, oh, this is definitely not what you see on TV. It's so different.
Yeah, the show Cops doesn't necessarily illustrate what really happens.
And like I got to see crime scene photos of like murders, arson, all these type of things on my first day. Some guy like set himself on fire by accident, and I got to see those photos. I was like, oh, so this is how things are gonna go.
I suppose they want to show that stuff to you and be like, this is what it is.
Oh no, he just
Like,
didn't
no
know it was my
sugarcoating.
first day.
Oh.
And I was like sitting like in the corner of his office because there was like 2 other interns in there, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He was like, "Is this your guys' first day?" I'm like, "Yep." I'm just gonna go throw open the garbage can for a second. I did not. I held my composure, but it was definitely a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. But kudos to you. That's the direction you want to go.
Thanks, guys.
I
Cool
could
thing.
not. I could not.
No, I couldn't either. But luckily, you guys are still bowling.
You guys
So-
can live. You guys just live through me.
Yeah. All right, we got a little bit of time here left, so I just want to talk about this heading into it, dive more into SFA. But heading into this one, like, what are the real goals? You know, you had the off week. Some people got to, see some family. Now you're back into it, leaving Thursday early in the morning. What are the goals heading into this one?
I would say I have a personal goal this weekend, and it's just to not leave as many splits. Because that was probably my biggest, I would say, like if we were to look at like wounds or anything like that, like coming from this last 2 weeks, I would say that was my biggest one. Like if I look at my amount of opens, that's where a lot of them came from Youngstown and Orlando. And then I would think as a team, it's just to keep going, to not fall backwards. Don't, give up what we've already done and
Keep
so
looking
forth.
forward.
Yes.
Don't look backwards. Don't take the off weekends as for granted. Like we've been working hard. Hannah knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. But, yeah.
It's just trying to be better than we were the last time we were out there, and make Saturday better than Friday, and make Sunday better than Friday and Saturday. Take it one match at a time, one frame at a time. For me personally, Coach brought some stuff to my attention that he noticed that was happening the first 2 tournaments with me personally. I won't go into detail. I don't want to bore people, but I've been working closely with our sports department in athletics, so they've definitely been helping me on that front, and I'm actually really excited to get back out there because I'm like itching at the bit to compete again.
Right.
So I think being able to work with them, being able to see the work we've been doing on the lanes with each other, it's when you have 2 weeks off, you go hard. Like you don't get 2 weeks off in a row very much during the season, hardly at all. So being able to have these 2 weeks off, we've been hitting the lanes really hard. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. And then how many teams did you say were going to be there?
I think we said like 16 last week.
16?
Yeah, I think roughly. Because I tried looking it up today and I couldn't find it.
It's a lot of repeat teams though too, right?
Yeah, a lot of repeats, and then some smaller Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa teams that come up there too.
Yeah, but there's going to be a handful of top 10 teams there. So
yeah,
it's definitely going to help everyone's strength of schedule, their win-losses. So hopefully we can come out. Coach always wants us to leave with 10 or more wins. Like that's always a good weekend. Like we're batting above 500, as he would like to say. So getting away with 10 or more wins is definitely a goal of ours as a team. Obviously, going undefeated is a big goal. Like, you
That'd
would
be
love to do
huge.
that, but just one step at a time. And yeah,
This early, do you know who like the heavy hitters and favorites are, or does it change dramatically throughout the season?
not really.
No, I mean, I went and looked at the stats today because I got curious. I'm like,
Oh, did they post them?
well, so they have them through the first few tournaments. And obviously, like, certain teams bowled more than we did or whatever. But
Yeah. So they get skewed.
yeah. So I mean, we were still pretty much ranked up there for our first two tournaments. Yeah, I just looked out of curiosity just to see, like, where are we landing after the first two. But we had pretty good numbers. But no, usually when you see that stuff start happening, I would say it's probably about midway through second semester. That's when you see
The team.
stuff start falling and not moving very much. And if it does, it's usually I would say the top 6 flip a lot.
Okay.
Like, we were going into the postseason last year, and the first two teams, like 1 and 2, pretty oh my god, what, my brain just malfunctioned.
Constant, stable.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were very like 1, 2 the whole second semester, but 3 through 6 were flipping like every weekend because we were all going to the same tournaments.
Mhm.
It's who was beating who and who was losing to who and who was bad, like who was losing to those unranked teams. Like, obviously, like, it's just like football. If you lose to an unranked team, your RPI is going to go down. So that's how it is in bowling too. So if you lose to someone who's not ranked in the top 25, that's going to hurt you pretty bad. So that's what you don't want to do. So getting those top 5 wins are really good for your RPI, but losing to those unranked teams really hurt you.
And if you do that, you better do it earlier than later.
Yeah, like, we've been lucky, knock on wood. Like, it always comes up. I feel like everyone has at least one during the season. It's just like, why'd this person just ball out on us?
Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
All right. Well, that answers that for me. We'll throw the break here, striking up a conversation. We got Anna, Callan, Kayla Verstraete. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep things rolling here on Ticket Weeknights.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me, I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in, striking up a conversation, 402-464-5685. You guys can join in using the Sarda Heyman text line or through the streams. We do got Chaz chiming in here, giving his top 4 power rankings. Well, not really power rankings, just a Mount Rushmore of the best 4 programs in bowling right now. He's got Nebraska, Jacksonville, Wichita, and Vandy. I want to swing it to you guys, not counting Nebraska, or you can put Nebraska as the 5th Mount Rushmore. We're going to make it a 5 Mount Rushmore. Give me the 4 teams right now that you think are playing some really good bowling and have a shot to be in it at the very end.
All right. So since we're doing Kayla's version of Mount Rushmore, so obviously us, because we're going to do that. But my 4 after that would be Jacksonville State. I would put Arkansas State up there. Wichita State. My last one is like a toss-up right now between Youngstown and Vanderbilt. But I feel like for me, even though I love Youngstown and everything like that, I'm going to put the most recent national championship out of the 2, and I'm going to pick Vanderbilt.
Oh, this is so hard. Like, I think Youngstown is great because, like, they didn't lose any of their starters.
Oh, wait. Who was the Final 4 last year?
Youngstown, Sam, Archie, Jax.
Okay. Let me fix mine. Hold up. So us, Jacksonville, Arkansas, and then I would do Wichita and Youngstown if we're going to go based off of the last Final 4 and also how this year's going.
Yeah, and like obviously they were the defending. You didn't put Vandy in there, did you?
No, I switched it. I took them out.
Ah, now she confused me.
Sorry, I switched to Youngstown because Youngstown made it to the Final 4 last year, and they didn't lose anybody completely. They only lost 1 player, but out of their like actual starting lineup, if you look at Youngstown's team, Madison Marks is still there. You still have Jad, and then you have
Lindsay.
You have Ellie. You have
Kirsten
Moore. Yeah, you have all these girls that
are
have
all
been-
Americans.
Yep.
That's just so hard because if you can take the top 6 right now, any one of us can win a tournament. Any one of us can go 13-0 in a tournament. Any one of us can win a national championship. That's how awesome the top, I want to say top 10 of NCAA bowling is right now.
Yeah, because
we are powerhouses. Like we are like the SCC of college bowling.
Yeah,
So
it's hard because and this early, it's hard to say, but
Yeah,
I
these
guess
are way too early.
I feel like I would do a top 6 if I were to have a Mount Rushmore potentially who I see it happening to. The top, I can't. I don't want to leave out Vandy because they have a recent national title. They did lose a significant player off of that team, but at the same time, she still helps the team prepare for tournaments. So in reality, they didn't lose her.
Mhm.
The mentality of her, if that makes sense.
But they also lost Amanda, Jennifer, and
Yeah, they
Carol.
lost their MVP from that tournament now. Just now that I realize that, yes.
So it's
hard, but I call that the junior team USA because they're just a copy and paste.
Yeah, literally. They're the way they can pull from Junior Team USA is insane. I don't know how they do it. I don't know their secret sauce or what's going on over there.
What? Secret sauce.
It's true though. John Williamson's definitely doing something over there. But I have to agree with Anna. Jax, us, Arky, Wichita, Youngstown, any one of us, also Vandy, can win a national title. But my route, my Mount Rushmore would probably be Jax, Wichita, Arky, Youngstown, and then 5 us.
Yeah, it's just if you actually look at it, I would be taking Youngstown just because their roster hasn't changed as much as Vanderbilt has. If we're looking at the recent years,
They have a lot of freshmen playing too. It's the experience over
accolades.
Yeah. I'm taking that they have more All-Americans in their starting lineup than they have more All-Americans in their starting lineup, and Vandy has more freshmen in their starting lineup, but nothing against those freshmen.
No, and I think the other thing is that if you look at who has the most experience going into postseason, it's Youngstown, it's us, it's Arkansas.
Yeah.
And then you have to include Wichita because their girls are just as experienced, maybe not in the same NCAA, but they still have national title. They still have people that have won national titles on that team as a team, and that still brings pressure. They have the experience with that pressure, just like we do, and that's why I think they do deserve to be up there on that Mount Rushmore. And they especially showed it too by going to the finals with us in Youngstown, and then I don't think they bowled another NCAA tournament since.
They bowled their home tournament that's still hosted by the USBC. But I'm excited, if they do make the postseason, seeing them bowl a mega match.
Yeah.
You don't do that in the USBC sides of things. A mega match is so, I don't want to say difficult for us. It's so different for us because we don't do them in the regular season. You only see them in the postseason. So having a team that's never bowled one, then just throw them into that. It's a grind. You're bowling for 3.5, 4 hours nonstop
straight
with a 5-minute break.
Which
5-minute breaks.
isn't much because you're figuring out a different ball, you're figuring out something else. In that 5 minutes, you're not calming down. You're sitting there figuring out something else for the next set.
And if you go to the best of 7, I think we should explain what a mega match is so people know what we're talking about. You got it.
Okay, so basically the best of 7, a mega match. You start with the traditional, not a traditional format, but you basically start off with how a regular tournament is. It's kind of like Friday's Day. It's Baker. You start off with that, right? It's Baker then traditional, or is it traditional then Baker? I think it's Baker then traditional.
I don't know.
I don't know which way it goes.
I don't remember now.
Yeah, it's been a minute, but anyway, so basically, you for sure are doing your best your set of 5 Baker games, total wins, and then you do your traditional total pinfall wins, and then if it goes 1-1,
you need 2 points to win.
Yep.
So it's a best 2 out of 3. So if you go 2-0, you don't have to bowl that last point in a different format of a best of 7. If you get to a best of 7, you better watch out. It could be a toss up between anyone. And those are grinds. These matches are going 4.5 hours. Like, these are long matches. Like, you don't get much of a break. You're on all the time. And I've only went to a game 7 in a mega match once. And then we had to bowl a tiebreaker against Youngstown last year.
Yeah, that was a lot.
And
How
then,
many hours is that?
oh my God,
That's like all day. Sounds
probably 5. And then we bowl, and if necessary, because we made them lose for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to game 6 in that. So that we were exhausted because we already bowled a whole mega match that morning.
Yeah, so basically
to get through the losers bracket.
Yeah, so your goal when you get to regionals and nationals is you want to win those first 2 matches. Otherwise, you are in for a beating.
Yeah, because
it takes the life out of you.
Because I don't know what other sport to. Well, maybe like baseball. Like if you go through the winners bracket and you're the last day, you don't have to play that doubleheader game in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bowling is. Like if you get to the final day of the tournament you're in, regionals or nationals, if you're going through the losers bracket, you're bowling that morning.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the winners bracket, you have that rest. And at regionals, you have to get beaten twice. At nationals, it's not so black and white. Like you can't get beaten twice on TV. You lose on TV, you're losing. Like it's winner go home.
Right.
So that's the only thing that's different about nationals because it is a live television set and
they use a set period of time.
Yeah, like you can't bowl 2 matches. Like
they got to keep things moving.
Yeah, for sure. Like we were very grateful that we can have a live telecast for our national championship. So
it's awesome.
Watch that in April.
Well, speaking of national, I want to talk about this before we go to break here. Julian Martin got selected for the
Hong
World
Kong.
Cup.
Yeah.
She's going to Hong Kong. Were you guys surprised at all to see that?
No. It's not. I don't want to sound like we knew. Like she didn't tell us.
Yeah.
Like we found out when everyone else did,
Mm-hmm.
but we knew it was a possibility. Like she told us probably months ago. Like, hey, like I could be going to this. This is when it's going to be. Like,
yeah, she let us because you. For Team USA, for adult team, you have to apply to get selected to go.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't just pluck you.
Be like, here, you're going to this country in
even
2
though
months.
like you would assume like, oh, if I'm on Team USA, like I have a chance of being selected. Like they want, because obviously if you're going to get on there, yeah, you want to travel, but like they make sure like because there's multiple different cups, there's stuff like that, whatever. But Jillian knew she was going to apply for it whenever that time came for. And they made sure it fit in the schedule because that was what they were worried about. And so, yeah, I knew in my heart, like most likely that she would be getting selected because
like,
how do you not?
How does this girl go win the Queens, but beat the best bowlers in the world and not freaking select her? Sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just my opinion.
Just saying, she's Jillian freaking Martin.
I agree.
How do you not select her?
I literally tell my parents this probably once a semester. I'm like, so glad that girl's on my team because I wouldn't want to bowl against her.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And to be able to try and keep up with her is very entertaining.
Yeah. Like just her.
Yeah.
She is her.
What is it about her game that makes her so consistent? Like that's the part with her that, I mean, the consistency is uncanny.
She got the secret sauce, man.
I mean,
that's something.
In reality, it was eat, sleep, and breathing it. I mean, we all do it, but in reality, like she actually like sat there, completely dissected the game.
Yeah.
Like to a level that I cannot comprehend. Like I'm being legit.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they start talking, I'm like
dumb it down for me.
Yeah. Like I don't understand what's going on. So I'm just gonna sit here and act like I do. Hopefully I get it at the end of the day, but
I'm just gonna shake my head.
Yeah. But no, I mean it is insane because like I wish I had the knowledge that she did. And I think that's what helps her so much. Even though seeing it has also helped me in my game because she's able to identify things really fast on her own, like what's causing things. And it has, I think, also helped a lot of us. Like seeing
100%.
where she calls it out. And it's like, okay, like now it can make sense the way she's explaining it. It makes sense to us. But no, I mean, I think what makes her consistent is when she like got into it, it was like she went down to the nitty gritty of it where a lot of people, not saying I wouldn't do that, I would, but she did it at a time where
she had the time, the resources, the coaches, like not saying like we didn't, but
yeah,
she was seeking those opportunities out. Like she put herself in these positions to get where she is today. And that's why she's one of the best bowlers in the world. Like, and she's getting selected for these World Cups and all this other stuff to travel around the world and get all these amazing opportunities. Like, she deserves the world, and
And
we're super proud of her. And after it came out, like, we do travel that like next weekend.
Yeah, she talked about how she's going to try to get back
And
to
I was
Philadelphia.
I was like, so you're gonna be there, right? Like, we need you. And she's like, yeah, I'm flying there. I was like, cool. That's all I needed to know for my mental sanity.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. I think it's a very good experience just for our team to be able to have that as an example of something that's a possibility for anybody that wants to walk in these doors as a Husker, and people that are already in the doors and they want to pursue that route.
And I think it makes us want to be better, because we're like, oh, we got to keep up with her. Not like,
that's what I'm saying. It's fun. It's fun to do so.
Yeah, I'm like, it's fun when we get to like bowl head to head with her at practice, and I'm like, we're out here, we're like, we beat Jillian. Like, it's just the little victories. Like this girl doesn't even try. I don't want to say she doesn't try. Like,
she makes it look effortless.
She makes it look effortless, and I'm just over here like busting my ass. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just cussed on the air. I'm so sorry.
We got a dumb button for a reason. Well said,
Oh,
though.
I have to watch back tonight. I want to record that.
We'll throw it to break here.
I'm so sorry.
But shout out Jillian Martin, selected for the World Cup. She'll be traveling to Hong Kong. We'll throw it to our last break here, striking up a conversation. Don't go anywhere.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is area race announcer James Rowland. Join me and Bree Fansteel every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket for the Finish Line, where we cover all things motorsports from local racing to racing around the world. Every Sunday night from 7 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People City Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 12th is $2 off all crackers, $2 off on grind, $3 off on salami, and buy one, get one free on stew beef. Limit of 2. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment, striking up a conversation. Kayla Verstraete and Anna Callan, a couple of Husker bowlers here to my left. You can put any last-second comments, Starter Heyman text line, or the streams, but you guys got to pick out what you want to dive into for this last segment.
Oh, yeah.
I'll throw it to you guys.
You want me? I'll go.
Yeah, you go, Kayla. You got it.
So since we were busing this weekend, a 9-hour bus ride. It's a long time in a car. But
car? You mean a bus?
Things that have wheels. Oh, okay. But we're gonna talk about like our favorite snack, drink, and favorite thing to do on the bus.
Oh, I'll
you
go
go first.
Okay.
I'm not going to answer my own question first.
Oh, all right. My favorite snack, I would have to say, is either dot pretzels, because I love those on road trips, merely like any road trip. And then my favorite drink has to either be a Red Bull or water, or if I'm in Wisconsin, the chocolate milk, brown cap. My fellow Wisconsinites would know, which I get to have this weekend.
What
anyway,
chocolate milk doesn't have a brown cap?
No, you don't understand. There's Quit Trip,
Oh, no.
KT, not QT, KT. There's a green cap and there's brown cap. Green cap is like healthier, gross.
Low fat.
Yes, and brown cap is delicious.
Okay.
My dad will bow in the chat. And they literally make it in gallons too, not just like the little containers. But anyway, not the point. Yeah. And then my favorite thing we do in the bus, I would have to say, is the karaoke. It is hilarious. I got Coach Clumpy to do it last year. I felt achieved. I felt like it was a victory. Kayla?
I love like some hot Cheetos, but I also like a sweet treat as well. So like
Yum.
Sour Patch Kids. Gotta like balance it out. Also a Red Bull girl. has like a chokehold on me.
Yeah,
I have to
it's-
have one every day, or I can't like comprehend
The new
any-
one?
Do you like it?
I do.
It's like 5 out of 10 for me. I'll drink it, but sorry, squirrel. But favorite thing to do on the bus. I also like karaoke, but I don't know if like anyone like saw the trend, like where you buy the dog bed and like you put it on the seats and then you lay in the dog bed. It's like a little hammock.
Mhm.
I have one of those, so like I don't gotta sleep on the floor like the other people. And I bought
I
it.
love sleeping on the floor.
I bought it this will be my 3rd season with it, and it was like $30. So I'm really only spending $10 a season for it. So if we travel twice, that's $5.
See,
That's
Worth
not bad.
it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I like the floor because then like hearing the road is like white noise. Like, you know, when people have that sound machine.
Oh no, I get
It's
like
crisp.
motion sickness, and I'm just like, okay,
Mm.
no thanks.
All right, Harrison, you tell us your favorite snack, drink, and then if you were on a team on a bus, what would your favorite activity
Crawling
be?
over everyone's legs to go to the bathroom.
Yep.
That would suck.
Yeah, it
That'd
does
be a pain.
suck.
I'm with you on the chocolate milk. Just a good pint of chocolate milk. Snacks tough. I'm usually not big on the snacks on the road.
No, you just like full meals.
Yeah, an entire meal.
Just has a steak dinner and eating off a plate while driving.
Some good seeds. There we go.
Oh.
That'll kill some time.
Sunflower seeds.
You can usually just basic. I'm not big on the ranch. Just give me the salty.
Okay, I like the barbecue ones.
I like the dill.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Dill, that's too much. I mean, to each their own. Barbecue, that's fine.
I'm
Ranch, I'm
offended
not.
by that comment.
I just like a basic, but
It's okay.
I got a raccoon palate sometimes, so I'm not
What?
gonna judge too hard.
I've never heard that. A raccoon palate?
Like, you know how a raccoon eats out of the trash?
Yeah.
So I got taste buds, your palate.
Oh,
His palate is trash.
Chat. Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Guys, I got my hair done today. The blonde is like sinking through to my brain.
And then activity. It's boring. I'd probably just read a book. Just put on the noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, I
Valid.
got to do that sometimes. These girls are loud.
I wish I could, but my piercing doesn't allow. So
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. Final thoughts.
see you next week.
Catch us on our Facebook page this weekend, Friday through Sunday.
Per.
You better be there.
Or be
Absolutely.
square.